45 reasons people called 911 and shouldn't have. 1. Shampoo and eye during shower. Woman 27 years old was taking her regular morning shower at 7 a.m. on Tuesday. She got shampoo in her left eye while washing her long hair. The stinging sensation lasted about 30 seconds before she rinsed thoroughly with warm water. Her vision was completely unaffected and cleared immediately after rinsing. But she called 911 from her bathroom wrapped in a towel. Dispatcher explained this was an emergency, but she insisted on ambulance. Paramedics arrived 12 minutes later, found no injury damage or irritation. They couldn't convince her hospital visit was unnecessary. She demanded transport to emergency room anyway. ER doctor examined her eye, found nothing wrong at all. Insurance company refused to pay for the frivolous ride. She received bill for over $2,000 for unnecessary service, caller reported. Chemical eye injury requiring immediate medical intervention treatment. Reality. Temporary shampoo sting already completely gone before call made. 2. Deer standing in yard looking. Suburban homeowner called 911 on Saturday afternoon around 3:30 p.m., reported seeing large adult deer standing in front yard eating grass. Wildlife encounters happen weekly in their suburban neighborhood near woods. Deer commonly pass through yards looking for food, water, safe passage. Dispatcher asked what deer was doing that seemed threatening or dangerous. Caller said deer was simply standing there looking directly at them. Made prolonged direct eye contact with animal through living room window. Called emergency number because deer made sustained eye contact which felt unsettling. Animal was peacefully chewing grass, not moving aggressively at all. Showed no signs of aggression, illness, or rabies symptoms whatsoever. Dispatcher explained deer in suburban yards is completely normal expected behavior. Caller insisted police come immediately to remove threatening deer from property. Made City's annual list of stupidest 911 calls published in newspaper, caller reported. Dangerous animal activity requiring immediate police response removal. Reality. Wild deer naturally looked at person while eating grass peacefully. 3. Woman wanted help closing curtains. Elderly woman in late 70s already in bed at 10:45 p.m., ready to sleep, but bedroom curtain still open, letting in street light. Bedroom floor felt very cold to bare feet to walk across. Had been drinking 2 glasses red wine, felt tipsy, lazy. Didn't want to get out of warm bed to close curtains. Called 911 requesting they break into locked house to help. Specifically wanted firefighters to come close bedroom curtains for her. Confused dispatcher asked her to repeat unusual requests several times. Woman insisted this was legitimate emergency requiring immediate response. Fire department had to use tools to enter through locked door. 5 firefighters in full gear walked to bedroom closed curtains. She thanked them cheerfully, went to sleep while they left. Single call cost local taxpayers over $500 in resources, caller reported. Urgent emergency assistance at home, unable to handle alone. Reality. Too lazy comfortable to get out of bed, close-owned curtains. 4. Man needed lasagna removed from oven. Male caller in early 30s had dinner cooking in oven Thursday evening. Hot bubbling lasagna casserole dish was completely done, ready to eat. Problem was he didn't own any oven mitts, pot holders, or towels. Never purchased them when moving into new apartment 6 months ago. Couldn't safely remove extremely hot 400-degree dish without burning hands. Called 911 asking someone to come help remove hot lasagna. Expected emergency responders to come take dinner out for him. Dispatcher asked if joking several times, but he was serious. This was genuinely his legitimate emergency request for help with dinner. Dispatcher firmly refused to send ambulance for ridiculous non-emergency. Man got angry, called back 3 more times demanding service. Eventually borrowed oven mitts from neighbor to solve problem himself. Wasted over 30 minutes of critical dispatch time with calls, caller reported. Immediate assistance, dangerous kitchen situation cannot handle safely alone. Reality. Simply needed oven mitts to remove dinner, forgot to buy. 5. Someone flipped driver off on highway. Grown adult man in mid-40s called 911 while driving sedan. Driving eastbound on interstate during busy 8 a.m. morning commute. Another driver in pickup truck cut him off dangerously, causing hard brake. He honked horn loudly, angrily at offending driver in frustration. Other driver responded by flipping middle finger gesture out window. This enraged caller, who felt extremely disrespected, offended, emotionally hurt. Wanted to press formal criminal charges against unknown driver for gesture. Expected police to track down and arrest person for hand signal. Described vehicle make, model, color, partial license plate number to dispatcher. Demanded police issue warrant for assault with offensive hand gesture. Dispatcher explained rude gestures are not actually illegal crimes anywhere. Caller argued this was threatening behavior, terroristic intimidation act. Refused to accept police wouldn't respond to this complaint. Stayed online arguing with dispatcher for 15 minutes straight. Eventually, dispatcher hung up for wasting emergency resources, caller reported. Assault threatening behavior on highway requiring police intervention immediately. Reality. Got flipped off by angry driver, felt personally offended, hurt. 6. Neighbor watering grass, got mine wet. Marine Base received this call to emergency line on Tuesday afternoon. Person reported neighbor was watering their lawn with rotating sprinkler system. Some water droplets were landing on caller's grass too from wind. This was considered emergency-worthy situation to the caller somehow. Called 911 on military base for this minor water spray issue. Dispatcher was completely baffled by the ridiculous nature of complaint. Explained that water landing on adjacent grass is completely normal. Caller insisted this was property damage requiring base police intervention. Demanded neighbor be arrested or fined for getting grass wet. Base commander later reviewed this call in disbelief at meeting. Made list of most ridiculous 911 calls on military installations. Caller was later counseled about proper use of emergency services. Caller reported. Property damage by neighbor requiring police intervention arrest. Reality. Water droplets landed on lawn from neighbor's sprinkler system. 7. Neighbor borrowed screwdriver, lost it. Another Marine Base 911 call received on Wednesday morning around 10 a.m. Person lent screwdriver to neighbor weeks ago for minor repair job. Neighbor misplaced the tool somewhere, couldn't remember where it went. Caller wanted police to intervene and recover the lost screwdriver. Filed emergency complaint about borrowed tool not being returned promptly. Dispatcher explained this was civil matter, not police emergency issue. Caller insisted theft had occurred and criminal investigation was needed. Demanded police go to neighbor's house, search for screwdriver immediately. Base police refused to respond to non-emergency civil dispute. Caller threatened to file complaint with commanding officer about poor service. This call also made list of stupidest calls on base. Personnel were reminded about proper emergency line usage afterward. Caller reported. Theft of personal property requiring immediate police investigation recovery. Reality. Neighbor lost borrowed screwdriver weeks ago, forgot where placed. 8. Jets flying overhead too noisy. Person living near military air base called 911 Tuesday afternoon. Military jets were making loud noises during regular training exercises. This is completely normal daily operation on active military base. Caller demanded they stop flying immediately because noise was bothersome. Called emergency number to complain about military operations during day. Dispatcher explained, military aircraft operations cannot be stopped for noise. Caller argued their civil rights were being violated by noise. Insisted base commander be contacted immediately to cease all flights. Dispatcher tried explaining person chose to live near active base. Caller threatened to contact congressmen and media about noise issue. This call was forwarded to Public Affairs Office for proper handling. Person later received letter explaining military operations are essential training. Caller reported. Excessive noise disturbance requiring immediate cessation of military operations. Reality. Military jets doing their essential job nearby active base. 9. Old lady calling about weather daily. Little old lady called emergency dispatch every single morning for months. Would ask dispatcher what weather was like outside that day. Told many times to stop calling for weather information reports. Continued calling daily anyway for personal weather report service free. Refused to look out window or check weather on phone. Dispatcher tried explaining 911 is for emergencies only, not information. Lady argued she had right to know weather for planning. Eventually, police visited her home to explain proper phone usage. She agreed to stop but called again next morning anyway. Dispatcher started refusing to answer her weather questions firmly. After 2 months of calls, she finally stopped this behavior. Caller reported. Information request about daily weather conditions outside. Reality. Too lazy to check weather herself? Wanted personal service? 10. Drunk people wanting police ride home. Multiple people each month call emergency line after getting drunk. Got plastered drunk at bar intentionally without planning transportation home. Don't want to drink and drive responsibly, so call police. Expect police to give them free taxi ride home from bar. Think 911 is transportation service for intoxicated people somehow. Dispatcher explains, police are not taxi service, cannot provide rides. Drunk callers get angry, argue they pay taxes for service. Demand police pick them up immediately to prevent drunk driving. Some threaten to drive drunk if police don't come get them. This manipulation tactic doesn't work with experienced dispatchers anymore. Police only respond if person is danger to themselves or others. Most cities now have ride-sharing apps for this situation, caller reported. Need immediate transportation assistance, cannot get home safely alone. Reality. Made bad choice to drink excessively without planning ride. 11. Woman had bad dream sleeping. Woman woke up from nightmare at 3 a.m. completely terrified. Dream scared her emotionally very much, couldn't calm down alone. Called 911 dispatcher to report having bad dream, needing help. Wanted emergency responders to come comfort her fears immediately. Genuinely thought this warranted emergency response to her home. Dispatcher tried explaining. Nightmares are not medical emergencies at all. Woman argued she was having panic attack from dream, needed help. Insisted paramedics come check on her mental state right away. Dispatcher offered to connect her with crisis hotline instead. Woman refused, wanted face-to-face interaction with someone. Eventually hung up after 20 minutes of conversation with dispatcher. Called back next night with same complaint about dreams. Caller reported. Psychological distress emergency requiring immediate medical intervention. Reality. Had scary nightmare, needed to talk about it comforted. 12. Powdered sugar mistaken for anthrax. Office worker eating powdered donut at desk during morning break. Powdered sugar fell from donut onto computer keyboard below. Worker panicked upon seeing white powder on keyboard surface. Called 911 immediately reporting having anthrax on keyboard as bioterror. Thought office was under biological weapon attack by terrorists. Emergency responders arrived with hazmat suits to investigate threat. Bomb squad evaluated white powder substance with testing equipment carefully. Discovered powder was simply sugar from donut, nothing dangerous. Worker was embarrassed by overreaction to innocent sugar powder. Office was evacuated for 2 hours during investigation, costing money. Company had meeting about not panicking over minor incidents. Caller reported. Biological weapon attack in office requiring hazmat emergency response. Reality. 8 powdered donut at work desk, sugar fell down. 13. Child called because dad went to work. 3-year-old child called 911 alone from home phone. Said daddy went to work and I miss daddy very much. Kid only knew those 3 emergency numbers from parents teaching. Cops showed up at house to check on situation welfare. Parents had absolutely no idea child had called police at all. Mother answered door confused about why police were there. Officers explained child called missing father at work today. Parents apologized profusely for wasting police time on call. Explained they taught emergency number but not when to use. Child thought missing daddy was emergency worthy of calling help. Parents disconnected home phone after this incident for safety. Caller reported. Possible child abandonment or kidnapping requiring immediate police response. Reality. Toddler missed dad, who was at work earning money. 14. Neighbor cat trespassing on property repeatedly. Man in UK called emergency court system repeatedly about neighbor's cat. Demanded legal action against neighbor's cat for property trespassing. Cat kept walking on his property lawn almost daily. Filed multiple emergency court petitions against cat owner for damages. Eventually fined heavily for repeatedly calling 999 over cat issue. Judge explained cats are allowed to roam freely by law. Man argued property rights were being violated by feline trespasser. Court rejected all claims against cat owner as frivolous. Man appealed decision wasted more court time and resources. Final ruling included restraining order preventing future cat complaints, Kohler reported. Ongoing property trespassing violation requiring immediate legal intervention. Reality. Cat walked on his grass sometimes as cats naturally do. 15. Wife called husband bad name during argument. Marine Base 911 call received from angry husband Monday evening. Man reported wife called him son of bitch during argument. This was verbal argument at home over minor household issue. Called emergency number to report mean words from spouse immediately. Expected police intervention for name calling during marital dispute. Dispatcher explained, verbal arguments are not police matters unless threats. Man insisted this was verbal assault requiring criminal charges filed. Demanded wife be arrested for disrespecting him with bad language. Dispatcher tried explaining free speech allows mean words, unfortunately. Man refused to accept police wouldn't respond to complaint. Eventually hung up threatening to call commanding officer about service. This call made weekly meeting as example of misuse, caller reported. Domestic verbal assault requiring immediate police intervention and arrest. Reality. Wife said mean thing during normal marital argument, nothing. 16. Constipation issue needs ambulance urgently. Australia 2023 had 515 emergency calls specifically for constipation issues. People unable to have bowel movement at home for days. Called emergency ambulance for being backed up needing relief help. Expected paramedics to help with bathroom issues immediately somehow. Ambulances dispatched for pooping problems taking away from real emergencies. Paramedics arrived, found person just constipated, not dying at all. Recommended laxatives, fiber water, and waiting for natural relief. Most cases were not medical emergencies, just uncomfortable situations. System overwhelmed by these unnecessary calls, wasting valuable resources daily. Public health campaign launched to educate about proper emergency usage. Caller reported. Severe medical emergency requiring immediate ambulance transport to hospital. Reality. Constipated needed laxative, not ambulance, just wait longer. 17. Toothache pain during night hours. Australia 2023 had 186 emergency calls for toothache pain. Dental pain is uncomfortable but not life-threatening emergency. Should see dentist during normal business hours next day. Instead, people called ambulances at night for tooth pain. Paramedics cannot fix dental problems, need dentist, not medic. Most calls were late night, early morning hours when dentists closed. People wanted immediate pain relief. Couldn't wait until morning. Ambulances arrived, gave pain medication, told to see dentist. Each unnecessary call cost system thousands of dollars in resources. Dentists started offering emergency hotline to reduce 911 calls. Caller reported. Unbearable pain emergency requiring immediate medical intervention relief. Reality. Tooth hurts badly. Should see dentist tomorrow during hours. 18. Earache bothering person at home. Australia 2023 had 78 emergency calls specifically for earache complaints. Ear pain is annoying but rarely urgent, life-threatening. Can wait for doctor appointment next day or clinic. People called emergency ambulances for ear pain immediately anyway. Waste of emergency medical resources completely unnecessary every time. Paramedics arrived, found minor ear infection, nothing serious. Recommended over-counter pain relief and doctor visit tomorrow. Most cases were middle ear infections from colds, allergies. System strained by these non-emergency calls taking away resources. Education campaign launched about when to call emergency services. Caller reported. Serious ear infection emergency requiring immediate medical treatment now. Reality. Ear hurts, annoying, go to clinic later. Tomorrow fine. 19. Plush lion in backyard mistaken for real. Caller saw large lion in backyard area Sunday afternoon, called 911 in complete panic, immediately thinking escaped zoo animal. Emergency responders rushed to scene with tranquilizer guns, weapons ready. Animal control joined police for dangerous animal situation response. Found large stuffed plush toy lion sitting in grass. Someone left toy outside. Caller didn't realize it was fake. Responders laughed at mistaken identity, wasted emergency resources, though. Caller embarrassed by overreaction to stuffed animal in yard. Neighbors heard about incident, teased caller for months after. Cost city thousands of dollars in emergency response for toy, caller reported. Dangerous wild animal loose requiring immediate emergency response capture. Reality. Stuffed toy lion in grass someone left outside yesterday. 20. WWE wrestling looked too real on TV. UK woman in her 60s called police emergency line. Watching live WWE wrestling show on television Sunday night. Triple H and Stone Cold Steve Austin attacking The Rock. She knew it was an entertainment show, but thought they attacked. Called police to stop assault on Rock happening live. Dispatcher tried explaining WWE wrestling is scripted entertainment, not real. Woman insisted it looked too real. People were getting hurt. Demanded police go to arena, stop the violence immediately. Dispatcher eventually convinced her it was fake choreographed entertainment. Woman felt foolish after realizing mistake, hung up embarrassed. This call shared widely in dispatch community as funny story, caller reported. Assault happening on live television requiring immediate police intervention stop. Reality. Watched scripted wrestling entertainment, thought it was real assault. 21. Food went cold during dinner meal. Person called 911 because dinner got cold while eating. Did not reheat food in microwave oven themselves at all. Expected emergency responders to handle cold food problems somehow. Actually wanted ambulance dispatched for temperature of meal issue. Dispatcher completely baffled by ridiculous nature of this complaint. Asked caller multiple times if this was serious emergency. Caller insisted cold food was emergency needing immediate help. Dispatcher refused to send anyone, explained this not emergency. Caller got angry, argued they pay taxes for service. Eventually hung up after 10 minutes of arguing with the dispatcher. This call made stupidest calls list published in newspaper. Caller reported. Emergency situation with food requiring immediate assistance help now. Reality. Dinner cooled down while eating. Slowly talking too much. 22. Need ride to get prescription refilled today. People call requesting ambulance transport to pharmacy for medications. Want free ride to pick up prescriptions, not emergencies. Prescriptions are not emergency medical situations requiring ambulance response. Should take taxi or bus to pharmacy like everyone. Ambulances for actual medical emergencies, only not transportation service. Dispatcher explains this repeatedly to callers who argue back. Some claim they need medications urgently, so it's emergency. Most prescriptions are routine refills, not life-threatening situations. System abused by people wanting free rides to stores. Policies tightened to prevent non-emergency ambulance use for rides. Caller reported. Medical emergency need hospital immediately, cannot get there alone. Reality. Just needs ride to pharmacy, pick up prescription refill. 23. Stub toe on furniture corner hard. Person hit toe on coffee table corner hard at home. Toe hurt badly for a few minutes, then felt fine. Called 911 for stub toe, anyway wanted checked out. Paramedics arrived, assessed toe, found completely fine, no injury. No visible injury, swelling or bruising, just temporary pain. Person insisted on going to hospital for x-rays anyway. Paramedics tried explaining stub toes don't need emergency care. Person demanded transport, worried about broken bones inside toe. Rode to hospital emergency room for minor stub toe. ER doctor examined toe, found nothing wrong, sent home. Insurance billed thousands of dollars for unnecessary emergency visit. Caller reported. Serious foot injury requiring immediate medical examination treatment. Reality. Stub toe hurts briefly, then find nothing wrong. 24. Mosquito bite, itching badly on arm. Summer mosquito bit person on arm during evening outside. Bite was itchy and annoying. Them couldn't stop scratching. Called emergency number for bug bite, wanting immediate help. Expected ambulance for minor skin irritation from mosquito bite. Should have used anti-itch cream from drugstore instead. Dispatcher tried explaining mosquito bites are not medical emergencies. Person argued could be allergic reaction, needed checking out. No signs of allergic reaction, just normal itchy mosquito bite. Dispatcher refused to send ambulance for mosquito bite issue. Person hung up angrily, threatened to call back again. Caller reported. Possible allergic reaction requiring immediate medical evaluation treatment. Reality. Normal mosquito bite itches, annoying, use cream fine. 25. Splinter in finger from wooden fence. Got tiny splinter in finger from wooden fence while working. Called 911 to have paramedics remove splinter from finger. Splinter was easily removable with tweezers at home safely. Emergency responders came for minor splinter removal, wasting time. Complete waste of emergency resources and personnel time unnecessarily. Paramedics removed splinter in 30 seconds with tweezers easily. Person could have done this themselves at home, save time. Dispatcher frustrated by unnecessary call for minor splinter issue. Person charged fee for frivolous emergency service use later. Learned lesson about when to call emergency services properly. Caller reported. Foreign object embedded injury requiring immediate medical intervention removal. Reality. Small splinter easily removed with tweezers at home. 26. Paper cut from envelope opening mail. Office worker got paper cut opening mail envelope at work. Called emergency services for small cut on fingertip. No bleeding after 30 seconds, already stopped naturally clotting. Wanted ambulance to come check paper cut injury immediately. Band-Aid would have solved problem completely in seconds easily. Dispatcher tried explaining paper cuts don't need emergency care. Worker argued could get infected, needed medical attention now. Dispatcher refused to send ambulance for minor paper cut. Worker complained to supervisor about poor emergency service received. Supervisor explained proper emergency number usage to worker afterward, caller reported. Laceration injury at workplace requiring immediate medical treatment attention. Reality. Tiny paper cut already stopped bleeding, needs Band-Aid. 27. Hiccups won't stop for hours straight. Person had hiccups for 1 hour straight, couldn't stop. Called 911 because hiccups wouldn't stop, very annoying issue. Expected paramedics to cure hiccups somehow with treatment medicine. Hiccups eventually stopped on their own naturally as usual. This happens to everyone, sometimes normally not medical emergency. Dispatcher tried explaining hiccups are not emergency situations ever. Person insisted hour of hiccups warranted medical attention immediately. Dispatcher refused to send anyone for hiccup complaint issue. Person tried various home remedies. Eventually, hiccups stopped naturally. Felt foolish after calling emergency for normal hiccups issue. Caller reported. Uncontrollable spasms medical emergency requiring immediate intervention treatment. Reality. Normal hiccups lasting hour eventually stopped naturally fine. 28. Ran out of toilet paper completely. Person sitting on toilet ran out completely of paper. No toilet paper left in bathroom anywhere at all. Called 911 for emergency toilet paper delivery to bathroom now. Expected police or paramedics to bring toilet paper immediately. Should have checked before sitting down. Prevented this situation. Dispatcher laughed at ridiculous request, refused to send anyone. Person argued they were stranded, couldn't move, needed help. Dispatcher suggested calling friend or family for help instead. Person eventually found paper towels under sink, used those. This call shared widely in dispatch community as funny. Made list of most ridiculous 911 calls that year. Caller reported. Stranded in bathroom situation requiring immediate emergency assistance help. Reality. Forgot to restock toilet paper before using bathroom. 29. Can't find TV remote control anywhere. Elderly person could not locate television remote control at home. Called emergency services to help find lost remote immediately. Expected responders to search house for lost remote control. Remote was under couch cushion, easily found in minutes. Called 911 for lost remote control non-emergency issue. Dispatcher tried explaining this not emergency requiring response ever. Person argued couldn't watch TV without remote, needed help. Dispatcher suggested looking under cushions or calling family member. Person insisted emergency responders needed to come help search. Dispatcher refused to send anyone for lost remote complaint. Person found remote 5 minutes later, felt foolish calling. Caller reported. Need immediate assistance, urgent help, cannot handle alone. Reality. Misplaced remote control under couch cushions, easily found. 30. Sandwich made wrong at restaurant order. Customer ordered sandwich with specific toppings at restaurant counter. Restaurant made sandwich incorrectly with wrong items on it. Customer called 911 to report wrong sandwich order made. Wanted police to intervene in food order mistake immediately. Should have just asked restaurant for remake politely instead. Dispatcher baffled by ridiculous complaint about sandwich mistake. Explained police don't handle restaurant order mistakes ever, period. Customer argued this was consumer fraud requiring police investigation. Demanded police come arrest restaurant workers for wrong sandwich. Dispatcher hung up after explaining proper use of emergency. Customer complained to restaurant manager who remade sandwich free. Caller reported. Consumer fraud or potential poisoning requiring immediate police intervention. Reality. Sandwich had wrong toppings, simple mistake, easily fixed. 31. Wi-Fi. Internet stopped working at home. Home internet went down during evening hours, suddenly stopped. Called emergency number about no Wi-Fi connection at all. Expected immediate technical support from 911 emergency dispatch somehow. Should have called internet service provider instead, obviously not. Not life-threatening emergency requiring emergency response ever, period. Dispatcher tried explaining 911 not for technical support issues. Person argued needed internet for work emergency situation now. Dispatcher refused to provide technical support, told to call. Person got angry, threatened to complain about poor service. Eventually called ISP, who reset router remotely fixed problem. Caller reported. Communication systems failure requiring immediate emergency technical assistance. Reality. Router needed restart, called wrong number for help. 32. Phone battery died completely overnight. Cell phone battery ran out of charge completely overnight. Called 911 from landline about dead phone battery issue. Wanted emergency assistance for charging phone immediately somehow. Should have just plugged in charger themselves, obviously simple. Not emergency requiring responders to come help with charging. Dispatcher frustrated by ridiculous complaint about phone battery dead. Explained 911 not for phone charging issues ever, period. Person argued phone needed for work emergency situation now. Dispatcher refused to provide assistance, told to charge phone. Person plugged phone in, felt foolish about calling emergency. Caller reported. Equipment failure emergency requiring immediate assistance help now. Reality. Forgot to charge phone overnight. Plug in charger. 33. Lost car keys somewhere in house. Could not find car keys anywhere in house, searched. Called emergency services to help search for lost keys. Expected police to come find lost car keys somewhere. Keys were in jacket pocket hanging in closet easily. Wasted emergency resources for lost keys non-emergency issue. Dispatcher tried explaining police don't find lost keys ever. Person argued needed keys urgently for work, emergency situation. Dispatcher suggested retracing steps or calling locksmith instead, obviously. Person refused to accept police, wouldn't come help search. Found keys. 10 minutes later, in jacket pocket, felt, caller reported. Possible theft of property requiring immediate police investigation response. Reality. Misplaced keys in own house jacket pocket easily found. 34. Argument over board game rules. Interpretation. Family playing board game got into heated argument over. Could not agree on rules. Interpretation for game. Called 911 to settle game dispute with official ruling. Expected police to referee board game argument immediately somehow. Should have checked rule book instead of calling emergency. Dispatcher laughed at ridiculous request to settle game dispute. Explained police don't referee board games ever period at. Family argued this was domestic dispute requiring police intervention now. Dispatcher refused to send anyone for board game argument. Family eventually looked up rules online, settled argument themselves. Caller reported. Domestic disturbance requiring immediate police intervention mediation response. Reality. Monopoly argument about rules easily solved with rulebook. 35. Spider in bathroom corner ceiling area. Saw spider in corner of bathroom ceiling area. Called emergency number about spider sighting in house immediately. Expected someone to come remove spider from bathroom now. Spider was not dangerous, just scary looking to caller. Should have removed spider themselves with broom or tissue. Dispatcher tried explaining spider's not emergency requiring response ever. Person argued spider could be poisonous, needed professional removal. Dispatcher explained very few spiders poisonous to humans, period. Person refused to handle spider themselves, wanted help immediately. Eventually killed spider with shoe after call ended foolish. Caller reported. Dangerous animal in home requiring immediate emergency response removal. Reality. Harmless house spider in bathroom corner scared caller. 36. Bird nest in tree near house property. Birds built nest in tree near house on property. Called 911 about birds nesting in tree on property. Wanted authorities to remove bird nest from tree immediately. This is completely normal bird behavior nesting in trees. Birds are allowed to nest in trees by law. Dispatcher tried explaining birds nesting is not emergency issue. Person argued birds were noisy early morning disturbing sleep. Dispatcher explained removing active nests is illegal by law. Person insisted emergency responders needed to remove nest anyway. Dispatcher refused to send anyone for bird nesting complaint. Birds raised babies flew away month later naturally solved. Caller reported. Property damage or infestation requiring immediate emergency response removal. Reality. Birds nesting normally in tree completely legal natural behavior. 37. Loud music from neighbor house afternoon. Neighbor playing music at reasonable hour and afternoon time. Volume was not extremely loud, just audible next door. Called emergency number for noise complaint about music immediately. Should have knocked on door first, asked politely lower. Or called non-emergency police number instead of emergency. Dispatcher tried explaining this not emergency requiring immediate response. Person argued noise violation required immediate police intervention now. Dispatcher explained non-emergency complaints go through different number. Person insisted emergency responders needed to come immediately anyway. Eventually police came hours later through non-emergency line. Caller reported. Noise ordinance violation requiring immediate police intervention response. Reality. Normal music volume. Afternoon hours knocked politely first. 38. Package delivered to wrong house address. Delivery person left package at wrong address by mistake. Called 911 about misdelivered package wanting police investigation immediately. Expected police to investigate delivery error and recover package. Should have contacted delivery company directly to fix mistake. Not police matter at all. Ever period, obviously not. Dispatcher tried explaining. Police don't handle delivery mistakes ever. Person argued this was theft requiring police investigation recovery. Dispatcher explained to contact delivery company for redelivery service. Person insisted police needed to investigate missing package now. Eventually contacted company who redelivered package next day solved. Caller reported. Theft or fraud requiring immediate police investigation response. Reality. Delivery mistake easily fixed by contacting company directly. 39. Too hot outside today, summer weather. Summer day was very hot, temperature around 95 degrees. Called emergency number about heat wave weather conditions outside. Wanted authorities to do something about hot weather immediately. Weather is natural, cannot be controlled by authorities ever. Should have stayed inside with air conditioning instead, obviously. Dispatcher tried explaining weather not emergency requiring response ever. Person argued dangerous heat conditions required emergency intervention somehow. Dispatcher explained to stay inside, hydrated, avoid heat outside. Person insisted emergency responders needed to help with heat. Eventually went inside, turned on AC, cooled off naturally. Caller reported. Dangerous conditions requiring immediate emergency response intervention assistance. Reality. Normal summer hot weather, stay inside, air conditioning. 40. Too cold outside today. Winter weather. Winter day was very cold, temperature around 10 degrees. Called 911 complaining about cold weather conditions, wanting help. Expected someone to make weather warmer somehow immediately. Magically. Weather cannot be changed by authorities, ever period, obviously. Should have dressed warmly in layers instead of calling. Dispatcher tried explaining weather not emergency requiring response ever. Person argued dangerous cold conditions required emergency intervention now. Dispatcher explained to dress warmly, stay inside heated spaces. Person insisted emergency responders needed to help with cold. Eventually put on coat gloves, stayed inside, warmed up. Caller reported. Hazardous cold conditions requiring immediate emergency response intervention. Reality. Normal winter cold day dress, warmly layers, stay inside. 41. Store out of favorite item product. Grocery store sold out of favorite product, completely gone. Called emergency services about shortage of product, wanting help. Wanted police to force store to restock item immediately. Stores run out of popular items, sometimes normal occurrence. Should try different store instead of calling emergency line. Dispatcher baffled by complaint about store being out. Explained police don't force stores to restock items ever. Person argued this was emergency needed product for dinner. Dispatcher refused to send anyone for store shortage complaint. Person went to different store, found product, easily solved, caller reported. Business refusing service requiring immediate police intervention response. Reality. Popular item sold out temporarily. Try different store. 42. Long wait at restaurant for table. Restaurant very busy with long wait time for table. Called 911 about excessive wait for table at restaurant. Expected authorities to speed up restaurant service somehow immediately. Busy restaurants have waits, sometimes normal business practice completely. Should choose less busy place or wait patiently. Dispatcher tried explaining restaurant waits not emergency requiring response. Person argued this was unreasonable. Wait time needed intervention. Dispatcher explained to choose different restaurant or wait patiently. Person insisted emergency responders needed to intervene with restaurant. Eventually left. Went to different restaurant. Less busy solved, caller reported. Business misconduct requiring immediate police intervention response. Reality. Popular restaurant wait time. Normal busy night. Choose. 43. Barking dog in neighborhood during daytime. Neighbor's dog barking during afternoon daytime hours loudly. Not late night or excessive volume, just normal barking. Called emergency number about dog noise during day. Immediately. Should have talked to neighbor first politely about dog. Or called animal control instead of emergency line, obviously. Dispatcher tried explaining dog barking, not emergency requiring response. Person argued nuisance. Animal required immediate intervention removal now. Dispatcher explained to contact animal control for noise complaints. Person insisted emergency responders needed to come immediately anyway. Eventually called animal control, who handled complaint properly later. Caller reported, nuisance animal requiring immediate emergency response intervention removal. Reality. Dog barking during day, talked to neighbor first. 44. Received wrong change at store purchase. Cashier gave wrong change back accidentally during purchase. Difference was less than dollar amount, just cents. Called 911 about wrong change, received wanting investigation immediately. Should have just asked cashier to recount and fix. Not police emergency at all, ever period, obviously. Dispatcher tried explaining police don't handle change mistakes ever. Person argued this was theft requiring police investigation now. Dispatcher explained to ask store manager to fix mistake. Person insisted police needed to investigate theft of change. Eventually went back to store. Got correct change. Easily. Caller reported. Theft or fraud requiring immediate police investigation response. Reality. Cash register mistake few cents easily fixed asking. 45. Social media account locked out completely. Person got locked out of social media account password. Called emergency number for account access help immediately wanting. Expected 911 dispatcher to unlock social media account somehow. Should contact platform support instead of emergency line, obviously. Not emergency requiring responders to come help with account. Dispatcher frustrated by ridiculous complaint about social media locked. Explain 911 not for social media account issues ever. Person argued identity theft or hacking emergency situation now. Dispatcher refused to provide social media support told contact. Person eventually reset password themselves felt foolish calling emergency. Caller reported. Identity theft or hacking requiring immediate emergency assistance help. Reality. Forgot password to account reset password yourself easily. All these calls actually happen to 911 dispatchers across America. More than half of 240 million annual 911 calls are non-emergencies wasting resources. Many cities report majority of calls waste valuable time and money. Phantom butt dials are biggest problem category taking up dispatch. But intentional stupid calls happen constantly too, every single day. Making non-emergency 911 call is actually crime in most states. Can result in fines or jail time for repeat offenders. These unnecessary calls delay response to real-life threatening emergencies. People die while ambulances respond to cold food or lost. Please only call 911 for actual life-threatening medical emergencies. Everything else can wait for regular phone numbers business hours.